That's it. Main event is in the books here from Staples Center. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. They draw, Keith. It's
a draw.
Look, how can you call it a draw when Tyson Fury gets knocked down 3 times? I don't get it. But hold on. With that being said, Tyson Fury came ready to fight tonight. I can tell you that for sure. There's no doubt about it.
You're absolutely right. He definitely came ready to fight for sure. This was an amazing fight. I have to say, Brad, this was the fight of the year by far. And that 12th round was a classic. Plain and simple.
Lived up to the hype,
I
right?
mean, it definitely lived up to the hype and went the distance, and they couldn't give it to one or the other. I thought Deontay won it for the simple fact that he knocked him out. Just the fact that Deontay Wilder knocked him out and he was out and he got back up was just shocking. It's amazing to me.
Unbelievable.
It was unbelievable.
You thought he was down for the count. He comes back up and into it. And really just, I mean, continuing. You saw the fatigue there with Wilder having to go the distance, obviously. Just overall, it had a little bit of everything. Nothing got left out except for maybe the end decision. That was about it.
Exactly. Deontay Wilder right now is talking about, they're asking him about a rematch. And they want to, I'm sure he's going to say right now that he wants to do a rematch.
I don't see why not.
And that's what he said.
Absolutely.
Right now, he wants to do it again. They have to do it again. But you know what? I think, Brad, this fight has to go in Vegas. This fight has to be in Vegas next time. You know, it was great that was here in L.A. and Los Angeles, but it needs to be on a primetime stage. And let me tell you something. Anthony Joshua, this makes Anthony Joshua look bad because these two guys that fought, Tyson Fury, remember, we talked to Steve Espinoza on Showtime about a month back or so, maybe 2 months back, and he had said that Tyson Fury called him and said, let's just make the fight happen, let's do it, and then it happened that simple. And let me tell you, this fight's going to be a mega fight. It's going to be a lot of money in the next fight, for sure.
It is coming. This was great tonight. I mean, like I said, had a little bit of everything. Even in the undercard earlier in the evening, we saw a bunch of different things, too, like we talked about earlier. But this fight tonight, again, I think a lot of people thought that Wilder would come into tonight and really set the tone. Really, it was the other way around. Tyson Fury came in. He was not intimidated, Keith, whatsoever. He talked the talk like he walked the walk earlier in the press conferences. And he just brought it from the get-go. Maybe a bit of a blueprint to other guys who fight Wilder coming up in the future to take him the distance. Easier said than done, but I think he somewhat laid somewhat of a blueprint tonight with that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Brian. These are two champions within itself. We're going to say that. These are two champions. They fought like true champions tonight. At Wilder, I thought that, again, it went the distance. And, you know, when we talked about that earlier, I said, if it goes the distance, this may go to Fury. This may go to Fury if it goes distance. You saw Wilder be tested tonight. He was very tired, and he still stuck it in there somehow. And you had Tyson Fury just boxing, popping hits right in his head and stuff. You see his left side of his eye on Wilder swelled up a little bit. But, wow, what a knockout. He knocked him out. And I believe what round was the first? The first knockdown was probably in the 8th round.
Yes.
And the other one was in the 12th.
That's right.
I mean, hey, those two true champions, but you got to, I don't know. I still say that a draw, I hate that. And that's why I go back to saying maybe 13 rounds. I talked to Al Bernstein when we talked to him the other day.
Not a bad idea based on what we just saw right here. Why not?
Yeah.
What'd you think about the anticipation of Fury being ready for some of those moves and jabs of Wilder his way? Unbelievable. He was well prepared for that.
Unbelievable. Well prepared for it. Absolutely. He knew it was coming. Deontay was just too predictable today.
Yep.
You know that once he hit the left, he was going to swing over the overhead right, and he saw it every single time. Tyson saw it every single time, and he moved right out from it. And, hey, you know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think what needs to happen is Deontay needs to go back to the drawing board and not be so predictable, because that's what I think he learns from this fight is that being predictable with that left and overhead right, he's just, you can't do that.
Yeah, and you can't rely on the knockout.
Yeah.
You can't rely on it, obviously, as we saw today.
But let me tell you, he did say, Garrett, I have to give it to Deontay. Deontay said, I'm going to knock you out. And he didn't knock him quite out, but he sure knocked him down twice.
He did.
His head off twice. And I don't know no man that can get up from what we just saw in that 12th round.
Just one.
Just one.
And that would be Tyson Fury tonight. This was great. This is great. Like I said, it lived up to the hype here at Staples Center, the main event, Fury Wilder. And as it looks right here, like they just said, Keith, in the postgame, the rematch is probably coming down the line.
Yes, definitely. And you know what? Behind the Mic will definitely be there for that.
No
we
doubt.
got to go for that. But on the flip side, what a great event. I just say all in one at Showtime. Showtime put on a great event. You had Deontay Wilder's brother fight earlier today, and he won. It was 4 rounds, but he knocked this guy out and won. No, he knocked him down in the second, and then won a decision in the fourth. It was a great fight. So, congratulations to Marcelo Wilder and with his fight, and what a bright future he has ahead of him.
That's a wrap from Staples Center. For Keith, I'm Brad. It's Behind the Mic.